Hello, my friends. I'm breaking through your seat at the table. Got a little Missy sitting right here. That's her tail. Right there. That's her butt right there. Right there. Right there. Oof. Okay. What? No? 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 All right. When she first came in here, man, you couldn't do this. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do this. You know, is you feisty? Are you being feisty? I don't want to get you too feisty. We also got Frankie sitting back here on the table. We are looking at the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons official game accessory for Forgotten Realms, the Magister by Ed Greenwood and Steve Perrin. This would be my second attempt at doing this video. I did one here last month, and the sound didn't come out. It cut out about partway through it, which sucks. You know, it really does. Yes, that's my arm. Can I have my arm back? No? What? Hook into me like that. From Waterdeep to the Sword Coast, to the jungles of Chult, to the faraway lands of Thay, strange and powerful magics fill the Forgotten Realms. Ancient tomes, powerful spells, fearsome weapons, all these and more await adventurers who can overcome the terrible dangers to wield great power. Right? And so, through the various generations of Dungeons & Dragons and other game companies, but Dungeons & Dragons specifically, for every edition, pretty much, since first edition, there are spell compendiums or treasure books. And so in a way, this is one of the early versions of the treasure book for artifacts and magic items. What are you doing? What are you hooking on? That's my arm. Are you hooking onto me? You can pull my arm over there. So we have the magical item table, magical item creation saving throw table. So your, handy little thing here if you want to pop it up for that purpose. The Magister breaks down to how to use the book, magical books of the realms, magical items of the realms, armor, clothing, table contents, miscellaneous magical items. I guess that's up here. Potions, rings, rods, and staves, and rods, staves, and wands. Swords, weapons, creating magical items, magical item tables, and magical saving throw table. Right, and it'd be here on the back cover as it said. How to use the book, keeping the mystery. It's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. For many decades, it was always implied or suggested or strongly suggested that the players should not have access to a lot of this information, that this should be for the GM only and players on a need-to-know basis. The problem with that is, A, it's not sustainable. B, the company needs to sell these books to as many people as possible, and the GMs make a small percentage of that. B, the more that the players know the system, the better it is for everybody at the table. It just makes life easier for both the players and the GM, and in general, if everybody has a working knowledge or more or better of the system that they're playing. So to suggest that they should not read this stuff is laughable at best. And then you always had people like me who are going to buy this stuff and read it one way or another. So you better take that into account. So we talk about player usage, keeping a mystery. All right. So we get the Book of Bats. So the appearance of this gruesome-looking tome is tall and narrow, being 3 hand widths across, but 9 hand widths from top to bottom. 22 pages of polished electrum, stamped and etched with the symbols and script of spells, 1 to a page. The book's covers are plates of blackened sealed oak, bound about with tattered, heavy, leathery hides and wings of black bats of large sizes, claws still attached. All right. So one of the things that both interest me and frustrate me about this sort of magic item is in some of these books, these magical spell books, are obviously incomplete on purpose. They were designed to be incomplete for the sake of the game. The other side is that some of these are one-shots. You use the magic that's imbued in them, and it goes away. It doesn't come back, which kind of goes in the face of what a book is supposed to be. In my mind, a wizard has their spell book, and the spell book is their source of their power, or the source of accessing the information they need to activate their power. That said, then it should not go away. It's not the same thing as they're transferring it to a scroll, then the scroll gets consumed in the process of casting the spell. It's not the same thing in my mind. It's just something to go into, to keep in mind. But we have a number of different types. The Book of Thorns, Cadogan's Workbook, Detho's Librarium, Joel Lister's Urzun, how the hell you pronounce that? The Librum of Lathiel, Salvar's ineffable conjurations of magics and phantasms. Alright, the Shadow Tome. Shandal's Workbook. Alright. The Tome of Rathadan. Unique Madries. Vetterhoon's Ineffable Enchantments. I'm butchering these names, I guarantee you. Spells of the Forgotten Realms. Availability of Spells in the Forgotten Realms. So I looked at this the other day, or last month, or a month and a half ago, actually, when I was reading it. There's a list of spells, and there's a lot more spells listed in the player's handbook for the same edition than there are listed here. But then I looked at the spell compendium. I did a video on, or I'm going to do a video on at some point, that came out of 3.5 version. One of the last ones they made for 3.5. Has 1,000 spells in it. 1,000 freaking spells in it. It's just come a long way from this early rendition of such a book. It just amazes me. We got Armor, Danzun's Guardian, Grimjaw, Hearkstone's Bulwark, Laurel's Storm Armor, Laurel's Shield Spell, Raptor's Wall, Shun's Buckler, Thurbad's Protector, and then we get into clothing. So we got Cloak of Battle, Cloak of Comfort, Cloak of Echoes, Cloak of Guarding, Cloak of Delight, Cloak of Many Colors, Cloak of Reflection, Cloak of Staves, Cloak of Survival, Cloak of Symbolic Protection, Cloak of the Shield, Girdle of Lions. Alright. Magic items, we got the Bowl of Blood, Sensor of Thermology, Thermology? However you pronounce it. Jesus, some of these things I just butcher so bad, it's almost pathetic. It's sad. Alright, missing the Harps of Myth-Danner. Lots and lots of various types from there. So, alright, it's a collection of harp. Potion of Mist of Rapture. The Rings, Jestnil's Silver Ring, Ring of Lore. Yes? What? Oh, yes, she's using the bathroom. That's what the cat box is for. Rods, staves, and wands. You got one kitty. See, Missy's been in this room so much this last 9 months, she thinks of it as her room, even though she's getting out in there and messing with the other ones. So she's sitting there watching Frankie take advantage of the cat box. You okay, Frankie? You okay, Frankie? Huh? Yeah? I'm sure you buried whatever that is you just did over there. Yes? Swords. Lots of swords. Ever notice the most common magical weapon is a sword? I mean, it kind of goes cliche, but we got the darts of branding. What are you doing? What you doing? Huh? Well, I gotta sit here and watch you? I don't want you going after her. She's got a right to use this litter box. And she does. Got little Missy sitting here getting all jibby. There you go. Get up in there. Go up in there. Yeah, she can sit on that. That's not gonna hurt nothing. You gonna do something, or just playing in the box? She's digging for China now. Yes, Missy, she's digging for China. Creating magical items, limitation of magical items, reward for creating magic items. Unique spells for their items. So creating magic items, materials, plenty of material, purity of materials, correspondence between monetary value and magic of worth, or magical worth, the actual effects of materials, unique spell for items. I've always found it fascinating for creating magic items and spells and things like that, to have the processes that we do. And I always encourage players to make the effort to invest in creating magic items and magic spells of their own if they have that inclination. Obviously the fighter is not going to create a spell, but you know, I'm just saying it's all possible. Yes, she had to go do her business. Cover it up, Frankie. Alright, from me, the crowd of cats, You guys have yourself a great week. Or weekend? Whatever the hell it is.